Andrew Simmons reporting, and Andrew's live with us now from Madrid, outside the Popular Party's headquarters there in the Spanish capital. Andrew, I mean, the opinion poll suggested that the result was always a foregone conclusion. However, it was a resounding victory, wasn't it, for the Popular Party?
A colossal victory, the biggest ever political victory of this party in its history, and the biggest loss the Socialist Party has ever made. It's been decimated by this result. Many are those saying that this has really been by default, that really the situation with Mariano Rajoy is that he simply cashed in on public reaction, frustration with the financial crisis, the Socialist Party unable to really convince voters that it was doing the right thing, and of course it got worse all the time. It's now at a critical point, and Rajoy has been addressing the crowds here earlier when there were lights and there was music, and they were basically hearing from him that yes, by all means celebrate tonight, and there are a few people around now, not really many by comparison. Celebrate tonight, and then we'll get back to business tomorrow. And he's got to move very, very quickly. We're not talking about 100 days before this government is assessed. He's got a matter of a few days to convince the markets that Spain can get back on track. Not only that, convince Eurozone leaders that this country isn't headed for a bailout.
Yeah, we saw some of the celebrations ongoing behind you there, Andrew. As we say, a resounding victory for the Popular Party. Are the people who voted for the Conservatives, though, prepared for the pain that they're going to have to endure when Mr. Rajoy tries to knock the country into shape?
Well, that's the really precise question you have to ask yourself, because, as I said before, the voters are really stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they're in a situation now where they realize there's no other alternative to go for this option, because they think it will convince the markets. But in the long run, Spaniards are not used to really severe cuts that might be comparable with Greece at the end of the day. So far they've seen moderate reductions of wages for civil servants, but they have a massive unemployment rate here, 5 million people unemployed, 1 in 5, and a colossal unemployment rate amongst the young, between 18 and 24. That's 46%. They're not convinced, many observers, that they'll get into a situation whereby this government will actually get jobs back when they're cutting taxes and trying to restore business and paying off a massive public debt. And not only that, a critical situation with the banks. The situation with the banks is that in 2008, after the property bubble burst, they still have big debts. They've got to be sorted out. They need to be able to access the markets to get credit lines. So there is a colossal problem for this new Prime Minister. And what we're seeing with the celebrations, they may well be rather short-lived, Adrian.
Andrew, many thanks. Andrew Simmons reporting live there from Madrid. Live television, eh? Andrew completely oblivious as to what was going on behind him.